Recording.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to RNG at the Crossroad. I'm one of your hosts, G.A. Cross.
And I'm your other host. My name is Roosevelt. We'd like to thank you for joining our broadcast today here at the Crossroads. And what we decide to speak about today is the power of the mind. One of the things that no matter what you do in life, your mind plays a part in everything that you do. And if you're trying to be successful, and everybody has a different level, what they can consider success. But certainly, if you're looking for success, something out of the money and the stuff you do normally, and not only that, the stuff you were created to do. I believe everybody is created for some level of success in this dynamic we call life, where there should be a bunch of interchangeable parts. And what that success means to me is face your own reality. You must be able to learn how to use your brain. You have to learn how to use your mind, and that's what successful people do. And it's something that is necessary. And no matter what you go through in your days, no matter what happens, because we all go through those days where, you're not feeling right, or you could be having some mental health issue. You could be suffering some depression. I myself, there's times that even within where I consider my success, I'd be like, what does depression look like? But I knew that I stayed in bed for 12 hours that day. So we all go through these things, but the biggest part of utilizing your brain and your mind is knowing, being aware that it is there. It is there for your benefit. It's not there to hurt you. It's not there for your demise. But of course, when we're not using it, then there's a lot of things that seep into our subconscious mind that become negative in our efforts to fulfill that thing that is within us to survive. And not just survive, just to get out of us what God has put in us, or just to be at this place that I believe we all dream about being, that we all want to say at the end of the day, man, I got this accomplished. And I don't care how big or how little it is, just accomplish something every day. And we have to be able to use our mind to do it. And we have to start understanding the power that our mind do have. So Gerald, what do you think about that concept?
Well, I think that a lot of times, over the years in my personal life, I've had the opportunity to go to some workshops and seminars and things like that in regard to personal development. But it's all going to boil down to how your mind processes the information that you take in. And the mind is such a powerful engine. So it's like, it's the control center for everything. How you processing things, how it comes through, how you utilize that information, and are you utilizing it in such a fashion that allows you to be productive? Are you getting traction? Yeah. Just how powerful the brain is it's infinite. It could take just millions of computers to even try to even begin to even think to even line up with its capability. So if you were popping the hood and say, hey, let me see what this engine can do, it could do, it goes beyond your greatest dream or imagination as far as its capability. So what you will be able to put in there, it can accommodate. So you look at, the brain itself having 1 billion nerves and trillions of synapses that are connectors that connect those nerves to make the whole system work. So you're looking at a powerful control center that goes on there. And that consciousness, as far as us, what we're doing right now, what we're taking in, which is only 10%, which is only 10% of the iceberg. When you got 90% of your brain doing all these other things.
It has grown to 10%.
Yeah. Hey.
Last time I checked, it was but this many years ago. They scientists, but there's always different numbers that come out. But even 10% is a small number, so I'm not even going to. You're right.
So, the main thing I was like, I'm just talking about just the conscious part, not like full brain capacity. So I got what you're saying, as far as the portions of the brain. I'm just talking about like the conscious part, the conscious, where we are right now.
Gotcha.
But we have a subconscious that is picking up the scent that's in the room, the lighting, all the things that you're not consciously aware of, your
Mm-hmm.
subconscious is recording. And it's like
Okay.
a major submersible power that is going on simultaneously. And
Right.
it's just it's the control center for how we process things. But I just want to stick on that the brain is so powerful that how you see things, your attitude,
Mm-hmm.
that positivity that you bring into the room, or whatever, how you can foresee your outcome. The brain can bring things into place and line things up for you so that you can bring things to pass and create better outcomes.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said that. And just for me to piggyback off of that, one of the things that you all have to really understand is that it's your choice. It's your choice. Irrespective of whatever your current circumstances are, you must believe in yourself. Um, we've all heard that, and I think it's somewhere in the Bible also, is that you know you must, in order to achieve, you must believe. Nobody's going to do that for you. So let's just throw that out of the way, because sometimes we always want help from somebody, or we want to come from other places, and sometimes we even want to come from the lottery, which a whole lot of people want. They figure they win the lottery, then they get their life on track. Well, let me share with you, it doesn't happen. Very few people make it by winning the lottery, and then a large percentage of them, when they win it, they lose it. So you have to, it is a requirement. Somehow, some way, you got to figure out, if you have lost that mojo, or you don't believe in yourself anymore, you got to do something different. You got to believe in yourself in order to get to where you want to go, where you're supposed to be. Believe in yourself. And you got to find a way to get back to that place when you were believing in yourself. What were you doing? How were you feeling about yourself? What were you saying to yourself? What were the things that you were doing on a daily basis to create those moments of success? And I believe we've all been there, but something happens in the course of life that'll make us give up. And sometimes it's not just giving up. After a couple months go by, you'd be like, dang, I've been doing the same thing over and over and getting the same results that have not been benefiting my life. So now we're going to be breaking this down, and we'll probably break this down in 2 or 3 broadcasts. So I just really understand, you got to believe in yourself. Nobody else is going to.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to believe in yourself.
And you have to get to that point where there's 2 sides of the brain, to where the information that you're taking in and how you're processing it. You have to understand that it's the left side of the brain is artistic and it's creative. So it accommodates the imagination. Now that right side of the brain is going to be the analytical side, the methodical side. It's going to be more practical, more down to earth, but that left side of the brain is going to be your creative side. So you have to be able to utilize.
Sometimes I feel like I got 3 sides of the brain.
Yeah. So yeah, sometimes you can. If it gets away from you, you can. But yeah, you just have to understand how that brain works, how to process it. Many of us dealt with certain traumas, different things in our lives that are pigeonhole us, and sometimes we do have to get therapy. And a lot of times that therapist is basically that individual that you go to that helps you to rethink, reimagine some of the traumas or certain situations that you come across, that you can put them in a place in your mind and view them in such a fashion that allows you to be operable and allow you to grow and to get to that next level. So the brain is that main center. It's the control center. And Freud basically broke it down into the id, the ego, and the superego. So the id is more the primitive part of the brain. It's instinctive. It's a part of the brain that contains sexual and aggressive energy and drives, hidden memories. You have the superego, which is, it operates in the realistic part, where it basically is a moral standing. Like, it helps you discern what is right and wrong. And then the superego is the one that balances in between the two. So you have a survival, instinctual side of the mind, and then you have that moral side of the mind distinguishes what is right and what is wrong.
And let me just share this real quick, Gerald, for our listeners. Understand there are so many incredible facts about your brain that you haven't even what Gerald said about the 10%. There's so many incredible facts about your brain. And I would challenge and encourage anybody to find those out. And like I said, we'll do another segment or two on this within the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely. And we'll continue to bring, some more information about
brainstorm, right?
Oh, no, absolutely. Because it's a situation where the like I said, with it being a control center and all the things that we absorb on a daily basis, that mind has to be operating at great capacity. So that way you are making better decisions. And those decisions are different variables and stuff like that are involved in those decisions. So as you grow as an individual and you begin to make better decisions, then you're going to have better outcomes, plain and simple. But
absolutely,
plugging the same numbers into an equation and expecting a different sum is insanity. You're going to get the same thing. That's just the way it is. So you're going to have to elevate your mind. Sometimes you have to get to a point to where you got to get past some of your problems and realize that you are larger and greater than any problem that you encounter. And that you, with this powerful brain going on up here, hey, it's unlimited potential for you. So you just have to be able to see and plot a course to where you're going, and also being able to process some of the things that are hindering you and allow that to grow for yourself.
Believe, believe, believe.
Yeah, absolutely. So the things that, like, some things that you can do that can help you to change that non-productive thinking is to, sometimes you have to jump outside of a negative perspective. And a lot of times, we talked about this in previous segments, sometimes you got to learn to get out of your own way. A lot of times you can be your own stumbling block, and that, a lot of times that happens in the mind and has to do with that fear factor that we talked about in previous segments, and being able to confront those fears and realize that, hey, a lot of us feel the same fear, but it's the response. It's our ability to respond to what we encounter that decides the difference between you and the person next to you. So you have to be able to take in what you take in on a daily basis, being able to be healthy minded to process what you got so you make better decisions to bring out better outcomes.
Absolutely. This conversation could go on and on and on. Like I said, we'll do a segment or two, another segment or two, because there's a lot of information that we're going to be able to push out there to you. But at the end of the day, believe you can. Believe that you can. Because that's the only way you're going to be able to overcome whatever situation you are, even if you're at that level where you want to be and you hit a wall. Just believe. Just believe.
Absolutely. I think that's the truth. I mean, and the thing is, a lot of us hit that wall, man. And then I'm telling you,
everybody does.
Absolutely. But you know what the thing is? Most of the time, if you headed toward the wall and you got somebody who's hit the wall, most time people hit the wall, they come back and they want to tell you, oh man, it's a wall up there you can't get over. And then some people like, really? Really? Oh, okay. And then some of them will turn around and head in the same direction with the person coming from the wall and walk with them. Mm-hmm. And there's the few that say, you know what? Hey, if it's a wall up there, hey, let me see if I can find me a rope. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then they get up there, they realize, okay, I can't get my rope up there. I'm not able to pull myself up. And then that same person, you know what? I sure am real good. There's a shovel over there though. Let me see what that shovel, I can go under. You see what I'm saying? So then you got to say, hey, that shovel's working for me pretty good.
Absolutely.
So it's all about, hey, when we come across and we get to that wall, some people are going to look for a way over. Some people are going to look for a way under. And it's some of the people that are just robust, they're going to find a way through.
They're going through.
You got what I'm saying? So, hey, that's the real deal. So if you come across that wall, it's all about you as far as how you decide you want to deal with that. And the mind, reverting back to the mind, It's the mind that processes that particular obstacle and what to do about it. So it has to be processed through that mind. So the more that we understand about the mind and how it processes our encounters, the better we are at finding solutions that are going to help us to stay on course and to get us to those better outcomes.
That's what's up, man.
So this is a preliminary segment. Like Roosevelt was saying, we're going to talk more on this because our whole nature of what we're doing on this platform is about the decisions, how they affect our outcomes, and what we do to make better decisions so that we are able to grow. And that mind is so powerful because it's in charge of those particular senses, you know, the sense of sight, touch, smell, hearing, and taste. It's the control center for everything. It's the main interpretation center. So
Absolutely.
so we're gonna be talking about those along with the different concepts, you know, and it's a lot of things that you have to deal with along the way. And one of the things that I face as a fear that, you know, sometimes even prevent me from even doing what I'm doing right now, speaking to you today, is a lot of times you ask yourself the question, am I good enough to do that? Or you know, what if I encounter this, or what if I encounter that? All these different things that you contemplate, that you feel like these are all different things that you can't get past. But hey, you have to put it in your mind. I'm going to encounter different things. I'm going to fall. I'm going to fail. But the
It's
thing is,
inevitable.
if you fail, that means you're doing something. So,
Mhm.
so we all encounter different things, but we have to find a way to triumph over those different things. And we have to find a way to do that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Absolutely. You know, as Joe said, you know, we're gonna be going over this because we just feel there's a lot of information that him and I both have that is very important to our listeners. You know, to help
Absolutely.
because we both know what it's like. It's You're not weird, you're not a failure. Everybody that walks the face of this earth goes through that process. Everybody that walks the face of this earth also have a dream. And like we said in one of our other segments, unfortunately, a lot of dreams are in the graveyard. Don't be one of them.
That's right. That's right. So we have to remain productive and to make sure that we are getting the better outcomes that we need. And a lot of that is going to be based on, because one of the things we cannot run from, there's no escape, that we are a product of the decisions that we make. So a lot of times we have to realize that, hey, we got to make better choices. We have to get on it. We have to get this stuff done. So, but as a platform, Roosevelt and I, we believe that every individual is at the crossroad every day. Life is about decisions. And you have to make that decision to where, hey, do you want to remain the same? Do you want to regress or grow? We're about finding solutions that will positively change the dynamics of our community. So what's now?
And what's next, ladies and gentlemen?
The
So
choice
come
is yours.
along and join us on our journey to growing a community of like-minded people that aren't afraid to make decisions for the betterment of their own lives and their community. We understand that decisions and choices don't turn out the way that we always would like or wish for them to do so, but nonetheless, there is a lesson to be learned in all decisions and choices. And at the end of the day, a decision is going to be made. Either you willingly do so or not. So again, what now and what's next?
Absolutely. So yeah, we all hey, don't get stuck at the crossroads. You have to be decisive and make a decision that is going to bring out better outcomes for you in your life. Thank you so much, and stay
tuned. The choice is yours.
The choice is yours. So let's make the choice to grow together. Thank you.